This is the Rangers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Now that is how you wrap up a road trip. 6 home runs and another Sweet 16 in runs, and the Rangers leave Minneapolis with a twin killing and a 16-3 win again today over the Twins. Here we go. Welcome into the Rangers POSTCAST, your team every single day, and in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you for watching and being a part of the Locked On Rangers podcast and postcast. You can catch the Locked On Rangers podcast every day with Bryce Paterick. I know he is loving this one today, and we'll have a lot more to say about it tomorrow as the Rangers get set to return home to take on the White Sox and the Royals. But today, it is all about the big win in Minneapolis.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, first of all, our sincere apologies. There were some technical issues, not with us, not with Locked On, but with a server. We don't have to mention names, but that's why we have been delayed. But things are up and running now, so we are grateful and thankful for that. And we and I appreciate your patience. Look, again, all about the offense today. 6 home runs, 16 runs. I mean, that was just outstanding. I mean it when I say it. I mean, you could not have picked a better way to wrap up the road trip or the series. Dominant fashion, and not going to say the Rangers are completely back, but to win back-to-back series and to see everybody kind of starting to come around now a little bit. Hopefully, there's going to be some losses in between, but hopefully these deep stretches of 1 run and no run shutouts are going to be over, and this team will start to get on a roll, start to win some games, and start to win some series. That's what we're going to be hoping for. That's what we're going to be shooting for. So that's my big takeaway. Glad that they bounced back after, we joked about it, that after the big win in the opener on Tuesday night, with the Rangers not score in game 2, that's exactly what happened. But this time around, they bounced back again in a big way, matching their season high with 16 runs. They got it done, and hopefully they'll be able to keep this going, keep the momentum going, get back home, and start winning series. Again, they've won the last 2 series. Keep it going with the White Sox and the Royals. But, man, what a way to start things off. I mean, every Rangers hitter got on base, the 6 home runs. I mean, nice to see again the great start for the Rangers. Josh Smith, the leadoff home run to begin the game. The Twins came back to tie it, but that was okay because in the top of the second, the Rangers blew it open with 5 runs, a big high 5 to really set the tone for the game. Jake Berger, a solo home run. Kyle Higashioka, they talked about it on the TV broadcast. Haven't seen that power yet from Higashioka. I'm hoping that as we get more into the summer and when it gets a little bit warmer out, some of those hard hit balls for Higashioka will start to leave the ballpark. But good to see him come through with a hard hit. Adolis Garcia got a walk. Garcia very quietly now has a 7-game hitting streak. He's turning it around. Really, I think he has saved his job for sure. And how about Quiet Wyatt? He was quiet for most of the road trip, but Wyatt Langford goes deep. That made it 6-1. Bottom of the second, Patrick Corbin. We're talking all about the offense today, right? And the 6 home runs, 16 runs, 16 hits. But got to give a little bit of credit right here to Patrick Corbin.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
You can obviously make the case that that 5-run top of the second inning was the turning point, but I would argue, in addition to that, you have to give a little bit of credit there in the bottom of the second to Patrick Corbin. I mean, yeah, trouble of his own making, okay, but after loading the bases with nobody out, he got out of it. And I think that, it's a different kind of a shutdown inning, but I thought that he really set the tone there and kind of allowed the team to exhale. They needed that. I was bummed for Corbin that he couldn't get out of the 6th inning and had to get pulled like that. Mike Bassick made a good point. I think it's fair that, at least from a optics standpoint, this may have been one of the quote unquote worst series for Rangers starting pitching. But with that said, they still won the series. They still had big wins, and they still did very, very well. So I'm not going to nitpick there, but I thought that was critical. Evan Carter, he is just raking right now. He is red hot. And, we talked about that before he heated up, about really how important it is for really everybody. Everybody on the team kind of needed to get it going. And it looks like that is finally happening. But man, that when Evan Carter is right and he is just swinging, it's a beautiful thing. And man, I'll tell you what, you get him going, get this team locked in and rolling and scoring a lot of runs, and that's outstanding. So good to see him. That made it 7-1 Texas in the 5th. And then in the top of the 6th, deep 6 again, another 6-run inning for the Ranger bats. Evan Carter, an RBI single, Jake Berger, a 2-run single, and then El Bombi with the bomb, Adolis Garcia, the 3-run homer, 13-1. And then the 9th inning came. Sam Haggerty hit a 3-run shot, and 34 runs in all in the series for the Rangers. That's outstanding. They really got over on Ober, and they get a big, big win and should have a lot of momentum as they return home. So again, look, got to keep it going. But the whole point was, after hitting rock bottom, the whole point was to begin the climb out and to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And, as bad as that was, we're still not in mid-June. We're almost there, but still not there. A lot of baseball left, a lot of time left for this team to improve. And hopefully they will now just keep building and building, and the worst is behind, and we can see this team play at the level that we all know they're capable of. All right, that's my opening shot. When we come back, want to hear from you. Also, hope you were able to enjoy last night's interview with Bob Nightingale. My thanks again to Bob for coming on. We'll get him on again. I'm going to try to reach out to some others. I'll just leave it at that. But I think it's good to mix that in every once in a while. But really enjoyed talking to Bob. Thought he was great. He thinks the Rangers are going to play better. And, he's not really sure about the trade market. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Rangers win big. They ripped the Twins 16-3. This is the Rangers POSTCAST. All right. Well, as you know, the NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments, even more so now in the finals. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there has never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. If you've got a read on who might be hot or heating up, why not back it up with a same-game parlay? And How would a $200 bonus in bets add to the excitement? Well, that can happen if your first $5 bet hits. So if you're new to FanDuel, right now is the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right. And in addition to that, in addition to what's going on with FanDuel, okay, you know what time it is? It's game time. And if you've ever decided at the last minute to head to the ball game with friends or family, maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands, that is exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on your tickets, right, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to go with you. Game Time makes all of that possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game. Like, hey, how about this weekend with the White Sox? How about Father's Day at Globe Life? There you go, right? And the cool thing is, seat views. You can see your seat in the app before you buy, so you'll know exactly where you will be. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. And again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. And again, download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, we are back. Welcome back to the Rangers postcast. Rangers rip the Twins 16-3 to win the series. They'll head back home to take on the White Sox and the Royals. One little update, Craig Kimbrell, the nine-time veteran reliever, nine-time All-Star, who the Rangers signed to a minor league deal. He is scheduled to be activated tonight for Round Rock. So we'll see if he pitches well there. We'll see what happens. But again, low risk. And, you know, the only thing I'll say about Kimbrell, I know he's had some rougher years of late, right? And has been hit hard at times after all the success he had early in his career. But, you know, he's a guy too that sometimes guys, you know, they'll kind of go through a phase where it's like their arms are just dead, and then all of a sudden, just after a couple of years, they kind of get a second wind and kind of bounce back. And so maybe they're getting Kimbrell at a time where he's not as bad as he was a couple of years ago, hasn't been used a ton of late because he's been kind of bounced around a little bit because of those results. So maybe he's a little rejuvenated and hopefully can be a help. All right, let's get to your comments. Isaac Harlan starting things off. Sweet 16 2.0 in the same series. Are we dreaming? But please win tomorrow, break up the trend. And that's the first time I've seen Duran pitch. Crazy how all the outs were pop outs. Yeah, and good for Duran. I mean, is it just me, or it seems like every game of late that he's played in, he gets drilled when he's at the plate. So, or I think a couple games ago, he finally had an opportunity with some runners on base and he got pulled. So good to see him be able to have some fun and smile and be a part of the win. Isaac adds, for a game like this, who do you even put as the star of the game? They were pretty much all stars in my book. Seager didn't get any hits, but still, yeah, I'm glad that over the course of this 3-game series, everybody is swinging the bat much, much better. And to your point, got to keep it going though, and no egg tomorrow at home. Got to come home tomorrow night, kick off that homestand, and really set a message against a bad White Sox team. Alf says this was very promising. This is how we are supposed to be playing. Corbin scared me in the first 2 innings, though. Yeah, and not an excuse. I was just talking about fatigue and things like that, and you get some pitchers that after a couple of months of 12, 15 starts, whatever it is, guys get a little fatigued a little bit, and then they get their second wind. So I'm not making excuses for Patrick. He did pitch that complete game over the weekend, so he might be a little fatigued. I think Bruce, with another off day on Monday, is trying to push everybody back here to take advantage of that. As a result, Jacob deGrom is not going to start tomorrow. Could be a bullpen day unless they call somebody up. We'll see. But I like that. I have no problem with that. Battlefield Ace says, or Ballfield Ace says, Garcia is back. Yeah, no doubt. And good for him. I can't say this enough. This is not just lip service. For him to handle himself the way that he has, never complained, never popped off, never allowed it to affect his fielding, never let it affect his body language. I mean, you could tell, he was frustrated after some of those strikeouts, but man, he worked hard. He didn't pop off after he was demoted for a week. He didn't make any, passive aggressive comments, handled it well, handled it like a pro. And I'm glad to see it's a win-win, and hopefully he'll keep it going. Alf adds that the Haggerty shot was beautiful. Yeah, no doubt. I make no secret. I don't mind him playing. But I understand this is a good problem that Bruce Bochy has right now. Just trying to keep all these guys going. Isaac says, I heard that they told batters to not swing when it got to a full count, and apparently today, whenever that happened, they got on base. That's chill. Well, if that's true, Isaac, that's really chill. I hope so. But I'm glad that they're really collectively taking ownership and trying to really get their offense going as a team. I mean, it's real easy when things are bad to splinter and point fingers and blame and check out. But I think this adversity has brought this team together in a good way, and hopefully that will pay off. Alf says Boone is cheesing so hard right now. Any stories about Sierra Baines or Oil Can Boyd? Love you and appreciate you too, Alf. Tell you what, I'll get back to you on those. Nothing major, but Sierra was classic, and Oil Can Boyd was one of a kind. I know there's some other people with some great stories. Paul Wilson, love a midweek afternoon win. I can choose different teams to watch tonight while basking in the glow, no doubt. Mike says, definitely seems like they are turning the corner. Dave Myers says, another series win. Let's keep these bats going. Quality Touch says, love watching a whoop ass. Yeah, me too. And it was good to see Byron Buxton kind of get put in place a little bit today. He wore Jack Leiter and the Rangers out last night. So good to see the Rangers get the final word in this one today. Train Guy says, never in my wildest dreams that Patrick Corbin would be good in 2025. But here we are. The dam has to break now since everyone is getting their bats going. I hope not. But I hear what you're saying. Hey, you know what? For Patrick Corbin, by the way, thank you for the reminder. He's got a career best streak. 12 consecutive starts now, allowing 3 runs or less. And good for him. And that's great. James says, loving this. Let's go Rangers. Alf says, Peagle up, loud and proud. Quality touch makes watching Rangers fun again. And the no hits or not much runs was dreadful. Yeah, no doubt. Robert Jones III, I pray this hitting turnaround is real, because if so, we are winning it all. Alf, thank you for your prayers and for the happy Father's Day. Yeah, absolutely. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. My cousin, Jason Arias, says, my cousin, who is an Astros fan, says this is not going to last. What would you tell him? I would tell him, I'd say, number one, I think, worry about the Astros and, when they're going to get Yordan Alvarez back and worry about their offense. And, why did they trade Kyle Tucker? But two, I would say, we'll see, we'll talk to me in September, but we'll see. We'll see. Jason says, I'll be at the game tomorrow. If anyone wants to say what's up, what do you call the postcast crew? Do you have a name for the audience? I've gone with the comment crew. Haven't thought much beyond that. That's just kind of what has stuck for me. But you guys have owned that, and you guys have been great. And I appreciate the kind words and support, though, Jason, and enjoy the game tomorrow night. Hope you can check in afterwards. Keith is out fishing, says, let's go. Corbin was okay, gave up some walks, but got out of it. Hope the Rangers can turn Kimbrel around and take that back. Corbin was solid. Yeah. Okay. And Al says the Astros play to the beat of a different drum. Oh, there you go. Nice. Nicely done, Alf. Way to wrap things up on that note. Very good. All right. Well, hey, big win today. Again, can't say it enough. I think we can all see it. This is not just one of the fluke games. I mean, they are swinging the bats a lot better, and might be a little bit later than we thought. But if this team can kind of get going now, hopefully the worst is behind them, and hopefully we'll see this team really start to, again, win some games, win some series, and get on a roll. I'm looking forward to it, though. Looking forward to the homestand, and we will do it again tomorrow night. But thank you, guys. Thank you for your patience. Again, thank you for hopping on in a day game. I know everybody's busy doing stuff, but I appreciate you making time to participate and to be in the show. And we will do it again tomorrow night after the opener with the White Sox. But once again, the final today. Enjoy it for the rest of the day and tonight. The Rangers rout the Twins 16-3, 2 16-run games. I mean, I don't think any of us would have picked that at any point on this trip, but they got it done. 16-3 the final. This has been the Rangers Postcast.